Hello everyone and welcome to my live stream Leah's Bible Babble here or my live stream for the love of crafting here on my channel Leah's Bible Babble. So everything should be right. Well. Sorry for the delay. Just because we had some problem with the OBS. Don't know why. But the OBS just shut down repeatedly, so a little bit frustrating. But I am here, and it is Saturday evening here in Sweden. It's actually the peak of the Midsummer festival or celebrations that we have here. A lot of places had the festivities yesterday, like I was, or had. We were at my in-laws, and we were 11 people having a really good time. But we had just a heat wave of in our portions. We are not used to the heat that we had yesterday and today also. Today has been of a lot of drinking water and resting and just taking an easy chill pill day. So I have not much to offer this evening, but I'm gonna right now I'm gonna make some continuance on this pattern. Sorry about that, I'm yawning. And now I have all the things I need for to attach the beads that we're going to have. So there would be a bead instead of a cross stitch on some of the butterfly and above the these cherry blossoms or apple blossom or whatever it is. And for that I have prepared a couple of things. Last week I wanted to show you the beads, so now here is also something they call a tacky bob. It is a stick with a really sticky surface. So so when you have your beads on, they don't fall down. So and it's really nice and easy to work with, and also if you're out to traveling or need to have a small amount of beads with you, a tacky bob is actually a really good traveling kit, or easy to have it with you. There's the beads and of course the needles. Now then I have two ways you can attach the beads with. You have bead threads from Mill Hill, and these threads are waxed. It's a waxed thread. Then you can wax your own thread also if you want to, and this is the Thread Magic. It's been a while I have used it actually, but It is wax, and this is not that sticky anymore, but yeah. And you take your thread and you draw it through it, so you have wax on the thread. And why do I have wax on my thread when it comes to beads? Because of the secure of the beads itself, and it doesn't come loose and wobbling around on the pattern. So that is why I use it. So that will be a little bit later. So now I am going to start to do some back stitching, I think. So first of all, I'm going to do the gonna spread the good word of me being live. And yes, this is episode 21, as you can see here. Oh no! I just read that Sweden lost their game in the FIFA Cup. Yeah, whatever. So let's see here. Oh, now we have a new friend in the chat. Cheryl Gopan. Hello. So nice to see you. And she says, hello, stopping by for a few minutes. You are very much welcome, Cheryl. Like I said before, I do some cross stitching, and I'm going to attach beadings to the cross stitch later on. So I'm gonna take it nice and slow, and trying not to do any major mistakes. And like I said before, today is the peak of the midsummer festivities. Most villages and towns celebrated yesterday, and some celebrate today. So there are people celebrating. They're having a party. They're having barbecues, and yeah. we had barbecue later or before the stream. It was awesome. So I have yeah, everything is on where it should be. So backstitching. Just because we had this heat wave, we haven't been able to do much of to sleep very well. So we are a little bit tired. Everyone in my family. Um, Cheryl says, what are you making? I am making a small, we call painting or something. Yeah. So this is the motif. Just really, really a little bit of smaller motifs than I usually do. But just because when I sit here and stream, I can't work on those really large projects. So it's too bulky and too too big. So these smaller ones I can actually talk at the same time when I do the stitching. So 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 you can see here at the top you have cross stitch for at the end of the back stitching here, but I'm going to replace it with a bead instead, just because to have a little bit of a 3D effect. So the motif just pops up a little bit more. And I have chosen two different kinds of beads. So it will be the golden one and the pink ones. And I have some transparent ones, and they are going to be all at the butterfly. So I have beads, so my my great grandchildren in the future, and their great grandchildren will still have beads. Is my I used to call my stash for my pensions savings. When I retired, I will probably not have enough money to buy stuff. Then I have a stash to work with instead. So, so here we have the first wig done. So I'm going to show you how I do when I attach the beading. You can attach the beadings for at least 4 or 5 different ways. Well, I know of, but I'm going to show you 2 of my favorite ways. So here. So we can change the needle because this needle is too thick to use. So Cheryl Gopin says, do you work from the back or from the front of the piece? Sorry if that is a strange question. Well, I work from the front. Well, attach my thread on the back side and always have the front against me. Let's see. So, first of all, I need a needle that is it's made for beadings. Like I said last week, this is Prim, and I like this this case of have a different kind of bead needles depending on what you wanted to do. So this one are just for beads. So I have 2 ways to attach the thread. So this is the thread I had just made the back stitch of the twig. Now it's a little bit loose, and when it is loose, the attachment of the bead gets loose. So here comes the thread magic. So you take your thread and you just make it down so you can see here it is in the wax here, and you just draw it through like this. And I'm doing that a couple of times just to be sure that I have enough wax on my thread. So now you can see it's a little more strength in my thread, thanks to the wax. Then of course I have also this pre-made thread with that already is waxed. So doesn't matter what I use. So, but I use this one. Um, why I'm laughing is my daughter just realized I am streaming and just went into the where I stream, and she got a little bit surprised. Oh my god, this is what. So here it is. So the thread and the symbol that is with a half circle here. I'm thinking will have the pink ones, the pink beetles. Here's so. So I measure out where it can be, so I know what to anchor my thread. And I anchor my thread just as usual as I when I do a normal stitch. So then I work, I come up to the lower left side. Then I attach a bead on my needle. Here it is. And I am anchoring it in the top right corner. So of course I made it wrong. And when it comes to cross stitching and whatever kind of crafting you do need to have patience. So here it is. So here it is the first bead. Now I'm going to need to anchor that bead in different. So you can, and that depends on how you want to bead to look like. If you wanted to have it on the side, you can do one more time. Lower left through the bead and down in top right. So, and you do it a couple of times, then you can really secure it. Yeah, these shell gopens said that those beads look so small. They are. But if you want to have a bead that is more horizontal, we can have, I'm going to show you the second way of attaching a bead. That is, you have done, you can say you can do a cross stitch through the bead. So bottom left, top right, then you go bottom right through the bead and top left. And now you can see, if you compare these two, see, we can see it here. This one is a little bit more on the side, and this one is more on horizontal. So these are the two ways you can attach a bead. If you want to have the bead to lean on the other way, you just do the opposite. So, you know, left, right through the bead and top left corner. And I because I'm skittish and I don't want the beads to lose, so I'm doing this twice through the bead, just to make sure that everything is attached as good as possible. Ouch! I just, oh, yeah. My sorry. My needle had a hot date with the thumb. No. Let's see. But I am thinking aesthetically. I think I'm going to do the all the other beads so they are on the side than on horizontal. And I have a couple of motifs that they're almost done. The only thing that is left is the beads. So there is one that I'm thinking about to be able to complete on the stream. If you are new in here, welcome so much to my live stream for the love of crafting here on my channel, Lias Bible Babble. Please make yourself known in the chat. I love to chat with you. And if you still want to be a lurker, that is totally fine for me too, of course. We love lurkers. So here are the first beads attached now. I don't think I can, it is shown in the camera, but there are a little bit of sparkle effects depending on how the light affects the beads. And that is why Then I do some beading sometimes just to have a little more extra to the motifs. And now actually I'm going to use this thread for the next bead, to the yellow beads. And yeah, this thread is from a brand called Mill Hill. And it is, well, you have a lot of I think it is 8 meters or something in one of these. I don't know what it calls. Yarn. Oh, thread. Yeah. I have worked with first now when I started to use beads in my cross stitching, I had, well, you can't say the wrong size of the bead, but they're way too big actually for the motifs I use them in. So the motifs I'm thinking about is called Celtic Angels from Joan Elliott. And those beads, there are beads in the angels and in the necklace of the angels, and the beads I used were way too big for it, so the necklace looks very, very bulky, and I haven't secured the beads properly. I'm planning to rip it all off and do it all again on a rainy day. So I have no idea when it's going to happen, but at least I have a plan. I actually run into a semi-celebrity today. That guy's name is Richard, and he is the singer of the band that Victor the guitar nerd is playing in. A really nice guy, and I got a little bit surprised to see. We were in a comic book shop or store. I was a little bit surprised to see him there, but it was nice. No. And the downside is with these wax threads that at the end of the thread you can see that just splitting up on itself and can be a really pain in the ass to reattach on the Cheryl Gopin said, is the beading part of the pattern or is it something that you are adding? Now, this actually I am adding because I don't think when I looked at the pattern, I didn't think that the cross stitch looked very nice, so I decided to add beads. So it feels more alive. Da, da, da. So. So here we have the first twig with the beads on. I can show you a close-up how it looks like. So, and yeah, you have a little bit of sparkling effect there. Now I'm going to add beads on the butterfly. And for the butterfly, I have chosen to have transparent beads, these ones. So come on. Something that I know I never would have the patience of doing, but still in my dream craft book, and that is to do a whole cross stitch with beads instead. Not just for decoration, but the whole motifs. That would be so awesome. And this what do you call bead embroidery, so it calls, is actually getting more and more popularity. Was somewhat popular in the 70s, and a lot in population, and now it's in popularity, and now it's starting to grow again. So and a lot of native cultures have beads embroidery in some part in their own craft. So now I have attached beads to the butterfly too. So here we have. So now I'm going to continue to the next twig with more beads. So What am I doing? Oh my god. I am so sorry. I need this one. No? Oh, I I think I'm getting a little bit tired. Um, the heat wave we have been having now the last couple of days is affecting everyone in different ways. I know there are a lot of people that is really enjoying the heat, and I am just miserable. I just want to getting somewhere cold, like Siberia or something. I'm not built for these temperatures. Then adding for this heat wave and standing in a very hot and humid kitchen is is a challenge, I have to say. Thank God for good colleagues and working conditions and everything. Let's see here. Here, if you're new in here, welcome to this live stream here called For the Love of Crafting. Here on my channel, Leah's Bible Babble. Has been more crafting than babbling lately, but you know, life. Is a very, very sharp needle, and I am poking myself constantly. Cheryl Gopin says, where I live, we have warm weather all year. So far this year, no heat wave, but just nice warm weather. What is nice warm weather to you? Normally, a Swedish summer is bound between 20 and 23 degrees Celsius. Let me check what that is in Fahrenheit. And it's about 73 Fahrenheit. And that is completely normal. But now, lately, we had the last couple of days, it's been in 86 and over. Right now it's 70 Fahrenheit. So and that is pretty normal, and that is just a right amount of temperature for me. You know, about around 70. Like I said, it has been over 86 Fahrenheit lately, and that is way too hot. I'm way too much Scandinavian for that kind of weather. We even had a weather warning for severe thunderstorms today, but we only got the rain, but not not the thunder. And it rained about like for 10 minutes or something. Then it was a clear blue sky and still no thunder. I want to have thunder to clear up the air because the humidity right now is it's not fun. Shug opens says very low humidity here. So normally we don't have much humidity, but like I said, I just live a couple of miles from the sea, so we get our humidity from there. We'll have these really hot days. It was funny to watch. It had been raining today, and the sun came out, and you can see on the lawns that the water was rising, or vaporizing, more likely, from the lawns. So even if it rained, it didn't stay in the ground. I realize right now that I did the back stitching with the beading the needle. So but anyway, I get the job done. So, and I have to say, the last week there had been like an explosion on the channel here. So for last week I had got 4 new followers. That I can't recall when that happened last time. So there are now 84 beautiful souls that wants to follow me on my journey. Michelle Goppen said, "Congrats on having 84 followers. Thank you. 16 more to the wonderful hundreds." I should do some special live streaming when I have my first 100. I don't know what, but I will figure something out. It's gonna take a while before I'm there, probably. So, and now time for the last bead. Cheryl Gopin says, "I wish I had more followers, but all I can do is focus on creating more art and doing my best to create something good." Yes, I completely understand you. Of course, I wanted to have more followers too, but I'm focusing on doing a good content in the first hand. Then hopefully when people see that I'm doing a good content, the word will spread. So here we go. So as you can see, I haven't used that many beads from this techie bob. But now we have it. Now we have all the beads attached. That is according to the pattern. So now I'm going to keep working on the pattern and to there are this is as a stem and flowers and these no I can't say the rosebuds. No, they're not roses, but buds. I might attach a bead or two on the on the flowers or the leaves or so. Perhaps. Well, you will see what it all end up to. So. What will I do now? I'm going to have triangle 3. Oh, hello, Fallout Day. Welcome to the chat. Hello so much. Follow says, I just finished a long stream. Yeah, I saw you. That on the Fallout says, almost finished the game I've been working on. I have the final 2 bosses to fight still. Oh, then you. But that's nice. Even though boss fights can be crucial or deadly. Let's see. Father has streamed it for over 6 hours today. Oh my God. That is heroic for you. Oh my God. Can you imagine me to do cross stitching for 6 hours on a stream? Well, it's not that I can stitch for 6 hours straight. Not no problem. But I don't think I'm gonna. I think more I'm gonna lose watch hours than games or something. if I even did that. No. For 6 hours. In some cases, that can be a work day. You know, that is really long. So, Father Dove says, I was trying to finish the game in a way I did. I got to the main story, but there is an extra area after the end for the true ending. Oh, that sounds intriguing, I have to say. Um, Father Dove says, yes, an interesting twist in the story at the end. Oh, um, I like twists in a story. No matter if it's a game or if a TV show or whatever, a little twist and just to make it all surprising and intriguing and a little bit more of a surprise. So you need to get your senses up and think what is happening. sometimes when it comes to cross stitching, it's like a strategy game, you know, to plan ahead of, if I do this kind of stitch, I need to do this and that before or after. So like adding beads. Now when I hold the motif or the fabric in hand, I can add beads. But if I had the motifs, or more likely the fabric in a frame, I wouldn't be able to add beads during the process. Then I needed to add the beads at the last thing I do with the stitching. Cheryl Goban says, I have to leave now, but I'm glad I was able to be here for a while. Have a great evening. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Thank you so much for being here and enjoying my stream. I hope you have learned something today. And take care, of course. And I hope I see you next time or in a chat somewhere. So, bye, Cheryl. And I have marshmallows now. This is a different size of the marshmallows that I had last week. These are more for when you barbecue and want to barbecue the marshmallows. You have these cars, but it's the same flavors as that I had last week. I need sugar. Falatum says, lol, I just had some sugar cereal. Yeah, that, I'm not that that keen on sugar cereal. There are some, well, like Kellogg's cornflakes. That is pretty much when it comes to sugaring cereal, and we have that like once a year. But mostly when it comes to cereal, we'll have different kinds of oatmeal or oat cereals. That is not that sugary. Overall, the when it comes to the Swedish palate, or more likely for the Swedish groceries, we don't have that much that is added sugar if you're compared to US. And we also have right now an extra tax on when it comes to candy and sodas and stuff. So they're getting more and more expensive. So that means that you don't buy it in the same quantity as you have done before. When your income is the same, you have to do some cutbacks. So we don't have that much of, sugary stuff or candy and stuff. Let's see. Follow says it was my dessert after lunch. We have cereals for breakfast here. Yeah, I think you do have some when it comes to breakfast too. But most likely, well, we are 4 people in this family, and we all eat different kinds of breakfast, each and every one of us. So my favorite breakfast is fried eggs with bacon and spinach. And my husband eats like a banana for and 3 cups of coffee for breakfast. And then our teenager, the oldest one, he eats a lot. So most likely he have instant noodles with bacon, eggs, and sriracha. And my daughter, she's way too tired to eat breakfast first thing in the morning. She has to be awake for a couple of hours before she can eat breakfast. And there, sometimes it is noodles, and sometimes there's like a sandwich or different kinds. So we are very diverse when it comes to breakfast here. Folate says, yes, it's breakfast cereal, but can double as kind of dessert when it's sweet. Yeah, I can buy that. Yeah, I can totally see that. Oh. Let's see. I'm just checking my social media and keep an update. So, da, 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 da. To do. Mm. Um, so Volte says, just going to relax and watch for a while. Yeah, you do that. You do that. Mm. I am very much aware that there is probably a craft teacher somewhere in this universe that is rolling around in his grave when I'm attaching my threads when I cross stitch. I'm more of a person that I rather have my thread anchored probably properly than have a neat backside. No one's going to look at my backside. Um, and that comes to when I do my what's it called, paintings, something, when I hang on the wall in a frame. Then it's something completely different if I do a tablecloth or a table runner or something, because I need to be more careful what I do, and there is more likely someone to look at the backside to watch my handiwork. See. So. So let's see. Oh, my back. When I do most of my handiwork or crafting, I tend to slouch in my posture, and I don't realize it until it is too late. And my back is just aching. It is my own wrongdoing, so I need to stand for it myself. Let's see now. 15. So I am closing my 2-hour mark. So I'm going to do my last thread, my last color, and call it a day, I think. So that was the last for this time. So, but I have done some really good progress tonight. So I made this last part of the twig and I added the beads. So once more I do a close-up for the beads so you can really see how shiny they are. So yes, so what will happening? I am off for 1 day more and work on Monday as usual. So that is my week to come. Work, work, and work. And hopefully some time with the streams and the channel and everything. Let's see how about that. Well, I will say be kind to each other. If you don't know what to do, at least be kind, as always. And I hope I see you in a live stream close by or in a chat somewhere. So with that, I will say bye, my friends.